Mucilaginous is the word of the day. What is up, YouTubians? Kuda Malloy here, coming at you with another exciting video, basically showing everybody the awesome success I am having at sprouting microgreens using a paper towel. I'm going to get into all this in a second, but what this is this is Rainbow Heirloom's Super Spicy Greens Microgreen Mix. Love their products. Their quality control is a standard that should be followed by every other company out there. Non-GMO, heirloom varieties, they do quality assurance in their packaging, keeping track of their lots, right? Making sure that they find which parts of their harvest have the best success, the best packing, the best storage methods. That's the whole reason for the lots. Also, you get a freshness guarantee, right? Because they show you the packed date, which tells me that these were packed recently of my purchase. So I know that I'm getting freshly packed seeds, right? So quality control, all that good stuff is going on. So anyways, what's in this mix is arugula, cress, radish, turnip, and mustard greens. And specifically, the arugula, the cress, and the mustard greens are what's called mucilaginous type seeds. Flax is also part of that family of mucilaginous seeds, as you can see right here. And actually using the flax, I'll kind of explain this better. So mucilaginous basically means that the seeds will develop this thick, gelatinous sack of material that will just coat the seeds, this slimy mess. And basically that slime makes it extremely difficult, if not impossible, I want to say impossible, for growing or sprouting the seeds using the mason jar method, right? With the sprouting this, because that slime just coats the stainless steel lid. I prefer stainless steel, did a whole separate video on that. But what happens is once the slime gets on there, it's impossible to get the water out. Normally, this is red chard, but I'll just show you for example. Usually I pour the water out in another plant of mine, but let me just show you here. Normally the water is supposed to pour out naturally, right? It's supposed to come out of the jar. But with that mucilaginous slime coating this thing, it's impossible to get the water out. And that could lead to mold or fungus growth. And basically, you're not going to get good germination. You're not going to get good sprouting. So that's why I chose the paper towel method. And what's going on there is I would still soak the seeds the first 12 hours overnight, right? Let them develop that mucilaginous type coating. And then what I'll do is I'll pour the seeds out onto a paper towel. And what that does is, with the introduction of some sprayed water, what that'll do is that'll basically help the gelatinous slime to basically go down into the paper towel. And that's kind of like a fertilizer for the seed, right? It's got nutrients in there, whatever, for the seed. So I'm kind of fertilizing the paper towel. And then at the same time, what's also happening is the tops of the seeds get exposed so that they can then germinate correctly. Like, this is about 2 days into the process, and as you can see, they're starting to get nice little beautiful sprouts going, right? There's no mold, there's no fungus, there's no weird discoloration or anything. So that's good news. And then what I'll do is basically keep them in the shade, out of direct sunlight, for at least the first 4 days. And what's going on is I'm basically rehydrating them with water, I'd say once every 12 hours. So once every 12 hours, rehydrate with water, keep them on a shady part of the countertop. You get the idea. So then on the 4th day, what I'll do is for 1 hour before I water them for that first time of the day, I will transfer, this is how they should look after about 4 or 5 days, by the way. But what I will do is I will transfer them into direct sunlight, right? Like here on my kitchen countertop, I'll do it over here, let's say, for instance, and basically get them in the sunlight for 1 hour, just so that the whole photosynthesis process can happen, right? And then what I'll do is after about an hour, I'll bring them back into like a shady part of the countertop and then go ahead and water them. So I'll give them a nice spritz of water, right? Just to get them rehydrated, because they've been sitting in the sun for an hour and they haven't had a drink of water in 12 hours, right? Does that all make sense? And the reason why I don't want to water them and then put them into the sunlight is because it'll act like a magnifying glass. The water could potentially burn the sprouting process in direct sunlight. So that's why I wait till after I bring them into a shady part of the kitchen countertop and then spray them. So then these are good for 12 hours, right? At that point, it should be like 9 o'clock tonight or 10 o'clock tonight or whatever, and I can just go ahead and re-water them, give them another spritz. So every 12 hours, giving them a spritz, and then once a day before that first watering, put them in the sun for 1 hour. Does that all make sense? I hope so, right? Got it? Okay, cool. So, like I said, I can't say enough good things about Rainbow Heirlooms, Super Spicy Greens Microgreen Mix, all of their products in general. They do 2 forms of quality control in their packaging, right? So that you know that you're getting what you paid for in the package, like 2 labeling systems. They also put the packed date, so I know I'm getting freshly packed seeds. Also, they put the lot number, which means they're dividing up their harvest, which basically tells me that they're keeping track of like storage methods and growing methods, and then success, right? Customer feedback of what worked, what didn't work, right? So they can keep track of the harvest in different lots. They're also non-GMO, fantastic there, and also heirloom varieties, which means I'm getting something as close to nature as possible, right? That's always good. And basically, they're a great company, good quality. I would say the attrition rate is pretty low, meaning that 90 to 95% of the seeds do end up becoming sprouts, and you only lose about 5%, if that. But they're fantastic, and just showing you the quality of these sprouts, like they are in different stages. Like some of the, you know, the radish and the turnip might have sprouted a little bit before the other ones did or whatever, but overall, this is going to give me, this was, just to put this into perspective, this was about 2 tablespoons of seeds. This will probably give me 4 servings of microgreens. And the health effects of microgreens are that you're getting more of the nutrients out of the microgreens versus the fully developed plant. At least that's my honest opinion. Yeah, and it's basically more bang for the buck, right? Smaller size, the same amount of nutrients. They're fresher, you're growing it yourself, so you know exactly what you put in here, right? That's always a good thing. Here, actually, you can see there's still some of that mucilaginous action happening, and that's why I'm not going to transfer them into a mason jar, because if I did that, that mucilaginous coating would coat the screen, get me into the same mess all over again. But like I said, just using the spray bottle, I'm good to go, just rehydrating them. Anyways, you get the idea. Now would be a good time to go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, so make sure to subscribe to this channel because I do put out a little bit of content for almost everybody. Also hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when those videos come out. And then down in the description, there's some links to some pretty cool products, so make sure to check those out. And also down in the description, there's a link to my Facebook page. That's Cooter Malloy Product Reviews, so make sure to follow, like, and subscribe on there too if you like what you're seeing. Anyways, I am Cooter Malloy showing you the great successful results of these beautiful sprouts from Rainbow Heirloom, the Super Spicy Greens Microgreen Mix. Loving every second of it, and I can't say enough good things about their products. This is just, like I said, an alternative to growing seeds, right? Microgreen sprouting tray seeds in a different way to have good success. So there you go, y'all, and I will catch you on the next exciting video.